Yes, good afternoon. How are you? So today I will be speaking about the 6 secrets of change that our author communicates in chapter 3 of our textbook. So our author really wants us to be able to be successful in leading groups and implementing changes. And the first thing that he wants us to do, he encourages us to do, is to identify the problems that are occurring in our districts or our departments that needs to be changed. And when we implement changes or we identify problems in our districts, our author really wants us to be able to properly lead our groups and teams to success. And this process really begins with us communicating with our peers in a healthy way. So we really want to be a good leader in making sure that we identify the issues that are occurring in our departments and be able to communicate these issues to those who are under our leadership. And the best way of doing this is to be able to really love our employees. We have to be able to have a respect for those people who are working with us and working for us. And we also want to make sure that we are able to connect these groups together. So we have to ensure that we know the needs of the people who are working for us, and we also have to make sure that they're able to communicate with each other in order to get things done. So we have to be able to communicate this all together as a team. And then when we do this is the first step of implementing changes. We also have to be sure that we're anticipating these changes to happen. So we have to be speaking with light, and we have to be speaking as a group together and really understanding and knowing that these are the things that need to be completed and this is how they should be completed. For example, so say that you are the lead of admissions for a university or a college, and your students are having issues applying for classes or registering for classes. So your goal would be to, number one, communicate this to people in your department and really sit down and go through and say, listen, look, this is what's going on with our students. This semester, students are really having trouble using our platform in order to register for classes. So this already is a change that needs to be implemented within your department. Your goal also as an educational leader is to ensure that everybody who is involved in the process of ensuring that students are registered for classes understand the issue at hand, and they have enough information in order to begin the process of making changes. So one way of doing this is bringing your group together and making sure that your team is strong, and also making sure that you as a leader are knowledgeable on what needs to take place. So when you're knowledgeable, you're able to communicate what needs to happen to the people who are under you or the people who are working with you. And then once they understand, they're able to communicate within their departments in order to complete the project or to implement the change that needs to be done. So one more thing that our author really encourages us to do is to ensure that our stakeholders are also on board. So anybody else who has a hand in the process of the project you're trying to complete or the goal that you're trying to reach, they really need to be able to understand how to communicate with your department in order to get the change done. And especially as Christian leaders, we must make sure that we're organized and we're doing everything that we need to do in order to lead our departments successfully in implementing changes, because this is, you as a leader are really the person who's in charge of making sure that the final project is complete. Thank you so much.